Hello and welcome back to another episode of
Tube Talk.
We're back. Well, we were back last week, but it wasn't me, it was Kate.
No, it's the first one. It's the first one you've been back for like 6 weeks.
I was sick last week. I apologise.
Yeah, you had to have a day off after your month off.
Exactly, of course.
But you've got exams coming up.
I do,
So
but not
it's
NTA, just
No.
school exams.
Yeah, it's a little bit stressful.
Just a little bit. It's fine though.
All right, should we rip into it?
We should rip into it. And should we start off by talking about Rip into Gear, who came third since we are ripping into it?
Yeah, why not? So Rip into Gear, really good third fresh up on Thursday at New Plymouth. Just was fair away, but really hit the line hard and was making really good ground and looks in for a very, very good campaign. She's stakes placed already. It was 1400. She's obviously looking for more ground, and is probably one of the best maideners in the country. And is in for a very, very good campaign. I've spoken to Lisa briefly, but I think we'll have a decision about whether we go 1400 or 1600 next start, and it will be hard to beat.
Awesome. And now we will hop into Elward, who came second in a listed 2400 metres at Ramwick.
Really good run. It was a wet track, a heavy track, upgraded to a slow but wet, and he's never ever placed on a slow track in his life. And he had to sit out in the breeze, and then he hit the lead early and went for home, and he was only just nailed late. So on an unsuitable track and with a tough run, it was a very, very good effort up to listed company. All kudos with the winner, who carried more weight than us and got us on the line, so it was an outstanding performance from that horse. I believe on a firm track that we would have won quite easily. And the exciting news is he's come through well. He's going to run the Lexus Stakes at Flemington on Derby Day, over 2,500 metres, a track he's had one race for one win on, and if he wins that, he will be running in the Melbourne Cup. So he's a horse that's gone. We bought him in the Northern Hemisphere. He came down as a one-win horse. This is his first campaign with us, and he's gone all the way from midweek at Sandown at his very first start for us, through to the Lexus and through to possibly a Melbourne Cup. So
pretty amazing.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. And the final horse we'll talk about from last week is Rock Island Line, who came at fourth.
Yeah, on Thursday, Rock Island was fourth. Second up, probably looking for 1,400 metres. He's really improved. His manners were good. He was a little bit slow away, but he travelled up nicely, and he's a really lovely cut of a horse. I know for certain he is going to improve with time and be even better in the autumn. But he's a horse with a very good future.
Awesome.
And just a general comment on last weekend. We saw a number of very good horses. We had 3 stakes performed horses: Prince Mambo, Mighty Solomon, and Seize the Moment, who all ran average races, but they're really good old geldings. And what they do is, if things don't quite go their way and they realise they can't win, they look after themselves. And through their careers, you can see races where they can't win, where they've just finished at the back of the field. And so they're clever horses in a way, and they'll all bounce back as soon as they get. Things go their way, they'll bounce back quickly.
Awesome. And we've got a few horses to talk about this week, so let's hop into that. Starting at the counties.
Yes, Friday Counties.
Race 4, we've got Zapper.
Zapper, super career commencing run. For third, covered a lot of ground at Waipa. He's come on since. Lovely mare. She has barrier 15 on Friday, making it very difficult. If she'd drawn barrier 3, 4, 5, I would have said get on. I expected a win. Barrier 15 means she's got a bit of ground to cover, makes it quite tough, but she'll probably run. There's a little bit of give in the track. It's probably going to be a slow track. It is a winning chance, but the draw is a concern. I expect it to run very well.
Awesome. And then in race 6, we've got Scarlet Secret.
Scarlet Secret probably won't run. She needs a dead 5 or better track. It looks like it's going to be a slow track. So an unlikely starter and likely to be held over for Avondale next Wednesday for a rating 70 to 1200 metres. She's got barrier 10, which isn't ideal, but it's more a case of track conditions. We really want a reasonable track for her, and she's unlikely to get it. So a likely scratching.
Nice. Well, not nice, but good.
Yeah.
Good to know. Thank you very much, Albert. Now we'll move on to Saturday at Ellerslie. In race 6, we have got What a Diva.
Rating 75, 1400 metres. What a Diva, drawn barrier 7. She's got 54 kilos. Hairi Mizuki on board, Stephen's apprentice, who knows her well. He claims 3 kilos. He probably won't get down to 51. He'll probably get down to 51 and a half, 52. It's a stepping stone for her. She's a stayer. She's 2,000 metres plus horse. So the 1400, it's a step to get her up to those distances. So she's likely to find her feet, be at the back of the field. We'll ride her for all the luck in the world. Hopefully the breaks come our way and she can finish off strongly. If she runs well, we'll be wrapped because it's well short of her best. And if she doesn't, if she finishes outside the placing, she's likely to drop back to rating 65 grade, and that opens up a lot of options for her. So it's a nice race. It's a nice race for her. If she runs really well at 1400, we're going to be pleased. And if she can't finish close enough, there's other options. But she's in for a good campaign once she gets up to the distances she's good at.
Mm-hmm. And in race 7, we've got 2 horses, but we will start with Campari.
Yes, the Soliloquy Stakes, 3-year-old listed 1400 metres, and for both the horses we're going to talk about, this is the race which will decide whether we go to the Group 1000 Guineas or not. Campari is a maidener, the only maidener in the field, but her form's outstanding. First up, she had to do a lot of work. She ran second to Tiakau Shark, who is now favourite for the 2000 Guineas. Second, and she beat Some Street Somewhere. Second up, she had to work very, very hard. She was run down the line by Some Street Somewhere, who then won the Group 2 Annie Higgins, and he's now, I think, second favourite for the 2000 Guineas. So her form's outstanding. She's drawn barrier 3. Samantha Collett sticks with her. She is possibly the best maider in the country, and she's a super chance. Well, she's a very good chance, I think, of running in the first 3. First time to 1400 metres, but yeah, likely chances a lot.
Awesome. And the other horse in that race Has a Halo.
Has a Halo, Group 3 winner, likes Ellerslie. Thekita Has a Halo is a good track. She was in the Annie Sarton on Monday. She was scratched because it was a deteriorating slow track. She hasn't struck a decent track since the Crack a Million when she was storming home for second. Her work is very good. We're very happy with her. She's got barrier 1, which probably for a horse like her that tends to get back a bit and needs room isn't ideal. But I can see her settling up midfield handier than that, and if the gaps come her way, she'll be right in the finish. As long as the track, it's a dead 5 at the moment, as long as the track is a dead 4 or good 3, which it's every chance of being, I think she can certainly turn her form around quickly. And the 1400 metres is probably a slight question mark, but she's going to have to get the 1400 on Saturday if we're going to go to the 2000 Guineas over a mile.
Mm-hmm. And finally, our final runner for this week is Black Sav, running at Trentham in race 8.
Black Sav, fresh up. Her last trial was very good. Her work has been good since. She's got barrier 3. Danielle Johnson rides. She should get a nice run from there, I think. Probably 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere about there. And I expect to see her hitting the line hard. She will certainly improve from it. With this run under her belt, she will go forward again. But expect her to run well, fresh up. Mm-hmm. At Trentham.
Awesome. And now it's time for Bet of the Week.
Bet of the Week. Bet of the Week returns.
The week returns with, drumroll please, Happy Clapper to run second at the Cox Plate at Moonee Valley. In the Cox Plate at Moonee Valley.
So Bet of the Week to run second seems odd, but Winks is in the race and she's a freak, and I can't see anything beating her. And I'm really looking forward to watching her, and I sincerely hope that she races like a champion and dominates the field. Happy Clapper, it's a 9-horse field, and he is the 6th favourite, which surprises me. A couple of runs back, might have been 3 runs back, he ran Winks to 1.3 lengths. Now, if anything got within 1.3 lengths of Winks on Saturday, they'd be over the moon. I don't think there's anything in the field that's got within 1.3 lengths of except for him. He's in great form. He's such a consistent, tough, good horse. He never runs a bad race. Moonee Valley, I think, will really suit him. And I think is an excellent place bet. If he's sixth favourite, he might be paying $3.50 a place, something like that. And certainly in my bets, I'm going to be going Winks anchored first, Happy Clapper anchored second, and I'll have other horses for third and fourth. So I think he's an excellent bet, place bet, multiple exotic bet in the cost.
Excellent, and thank you very much for that, Albert. Does that conclude our Tube Talk for the week?
That concludes Tube Talk for the week, and we'll be back next week, possibly slightly earlier because I'm big off to Melbourne to watch Elwood race. So we might push it out, put it out a little bit earlier next week.
Awesome. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Sophie. See you then.
Thank
Bye.
you, Albert.